Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today I want to talk about Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, and I want to talk about running a predictive model using a Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition Waterdeep campaign, and my plans to do that for Andrew Yang. Alright, so here we go. So first of all, if you don't know who Andrew Yang is, he is an amazing U.S. presidential candidate, and he is running for president in 2024. Shockingly, he is running for president on a third-party ticket called the Forward Party. Okay, he's got a clever line for it: not right, not left, but forward. Right, and so Andrew Yang is he is a long shot. Let's not pretend at all. He is a long shot to win the 2024 presidential election. I am 100% in his camp, and there's a reason why. So first of all, Andrew Yang is not an evangelical Christian, but I believe his wife is. His wife is a Christian. He's talked about this previously. And what and so I am a Christian, a husband, and a father. Those are the three most defining words in my life. They run everything, right? And in that order. I'm a Christian first, a husband second, and a father third, right? I prioritize those things in that order, right? And so Andrew Yang is not that, but he's pretty darn close, right? He's not a Christian, but he's married to a Christian, and he is a husband and a father. And not just any husband and a father. Like, I take divorce pretty serious. If you have a divorce, and if you're a politician and you have a divorce in your past, that's problematic, right? Because basically you made a vow to love someone forever, said it to them to their face in front of 50 to 100 people, publicly, and then the one person who vowed back to love you the most, your relationship is broken with them. If you can't make a relationship work with the person who you vowed to never leave and they vowed to never leave you, you definitely, in my opinion, it's hard for me to understand why that person is a good candidate for leadership, right? Because like the relationship that they had invested the most and promised to make work failed. So it means that you're going to break promises, even bigger than promises, like vows made to the person you love the most publicly. Like you're saying to the world, I break vows, and the people I care about the most, I make sure that they never want to be around me again. Like that is not a good model. So he has never been divorced. He's still married to his wife, right? So he's a husband and he's a father, and he is a very loving father from the public persona that we've been able to see of that. So so he's very much like me, right? He's married to a Christian. He is a husband and a father. And then more than that, he's absolutely brilliant. He thinks and he has policies for everything, and he loves this country, and he is a doer. He is a world shaker, a world breaker. He moves, man. And this dude, he is on point. If you want a better world, this is the only person in America that can actually make one, right? He's not beholden to a million corporate, he's not beholden to a whole bunch of non-governmental institutions and organizations. This guy's the real deal, right? If you want a better world, this is the person, right? So, on September 17th, 2020, yeah, pretty sure. No, I think it was 2019. I'm having a hard time remembering. I shook his hand on the steps of right where the Rocky statue was in Rocky 3, right? And he's coming back, right? It's probably going to be about 2-3 years from now, but he's going to be here in Philly again, or he'll be here somewhere on the East Coast, and I'll go see him. And the nice thing is, he shakes hands and he stays, right? He talks to everybody, right? So what he does, and I got a chance to shake his hand and be with him, for a period of time when he was here in Philly, right? And so that's coming again. And when it does, I want to tell him, this is your next major problem determined by my predictive engine, and should be your next step, right? So I want to use my Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition campaign. I should have the opportunity to run this in about a month and a half, and so that gives me about a month and a half to get prepped. And so basically what I want to do is I want to do Waterdeep, right? So how do I place Andrew Yang into Waterdeep and then structure the non-player characters so that I get a predictive engine for the obstacles that Andrew Yang is likely to face in the U.S. presidential primary run up to the election for the 2024 election. So first of all, let's talk about Waterdeep and its political structure, right? So Waterdeep, and this comes primarily from Waterdeep Dragon Heist, and this is all 5th edition canon, right? So Waterdeep is led by Lariel Silverhand, right? Who appears to be a good leader, but I don't think she is, right? She is good aligned, and I think she intends well, but she has definitely allowed neglect to grow in Waterdeep, right? So Lariel Silverhand is this elf who's hundreds of years old. She's literally the daughter of Mystara, so she has divine blood in her, right? Very, very powerful archmage, and she leads Waterdeep as an open lord, and she's an open lord of Waterdeep. What does it mean that she's an open lord? Well, there are multiple lords of Waterdeep. The most important is the open lord. The rest of the lords are masked. Waterdeep is run by these masked lords of Waterdeep, right? And they are merchants and adventurers and different people with different areas of power, right? So how I intend to bring Andrew Yang in is, first of all, I'm going to skin him as a non-player character. So how do we skin Andrew Yang as a non-player character? So I think the best fit, seeing who he is, seeing what he's trying to do, is to make him specifically an ASMR, okay, paladin sage. This captures all the amazing aspects of Andrew Yang, okay? And then at that point, what we want to do is we want to make him. So Waterdeep has lots of factions. Okay, they have the Emerald Enclave, they have Force Grey, they have all these really interesting specific factions, right? So I want. Oh, by the way, so this ASMR paladin sage, I'm going to name him Yazarn. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to position Yazarn into Waterdeep, and he is growing a new independent faction, right? And that new independent faction has the specific, stated, public goal of removing peacefully Lariel Silverhand as the open lord of Waterdeep. And the reason why is she has allowed crime and neglect and crime in many areas of the city to grow, and neglect for the people of Waterdeep to grow, right? And so we put this ASMR Paladin Sage into Waterdeep, and we specifically position Yazarn, the player character representing Andrew Yang within Waterdeep, in position to remove peacefully, and publicly stating that he intends to remove Lariel Silverhand as the open lord of Waterdeep, and himself replace her, right? But intends to do that through absolutely zero combat pillar actions, and all through exploration and interaction actions, right? So I think that's a good way. And actually, the more I look at it, I'm really happy about Waterdeep serving as kind of a backdrop to represent the U.S. It's very powerful. It's a lock, right? Like, because you have an old leader who's been there for a really long time, who seems disconnected and not really caring about what's happening with the people, and just a lot more caring about the association she has at her high levels, right? And then you have guilds, and you have these powerful houses, right? And all this is going to map perfectly, and allow this to be a powerful, useful, predictive engine to determine and build good, sound advice for Andrew Yang that I can give to him the next time I shake his hand and talk to him. That'll be great. So all that's my opinion. I think this will be useful and powerful, and it's going to work great. What do you think? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Let me know in the comments below. And who are you voting for? Who are you excited? Actually, let's not get there that fast. Who are you excited about in 2021, in the 2024 U.S. presidential primary candidacy on either side of the ticket, red, blue, or independent? And Andrew Yang's assistant asked him this morning in his podcast and said, "What's making you happy this week?" I'd love to hear that from you. What's making you happy this week? All that's my opinion. Love to hear yours. Let me know in the comments below. Please consider liking and subscribing, and have a wonderful millennium.